Hello and welcome back to the Let's Talk Smack podcast. I'm your host, Shuey, and today I want to talk about a movie that I just watched in the theater with my best friend. Now, if you're planning on watching it, I'll give my review and what it basically was about, and then you can decide for yourself, essentially. I'll let you know how I feel about it. Now, I'll give you a brief description. Undertone is a Canadian supernatural horror film directed by Ian, I'm not even going to try and butcher the last name, centered on Evie, a paranormal podcast host who becomes obsessed with disturbing audio recordings sent to her. Now, these audio recordings, they weren't actually sent to her. Well, they technically were, but her co-host got them emailed to him, and he obviously emailed it to her so then she could, have a listen on her own time with some of the recordings. Anyway, as she investigates, she faces mounting fear and paranoia in her isolated home while caring for her dying mother. Now, Undertone, it was a good movie, let me tell you, but I wouldn't really... Look, it's not the type of horror movie that I would kind of watch, if that makes sense. I'm more of someone who watches ones that aren't kind of based on potentially real life events and situations. Now, I don't really know the backstory as to why this was created, but it's centered around Bizu, a female entity from ancient Near Eastern and European folklore known as a taker of children, miscarriages, and infant mortality. She is fueled by envy and is summoned in the film through nursery rhymes played backwards. Now, this happened quite a lot, and in the movie, it would go into how if you play certain nursery rhymes, I think a lot of them actually, and you play it backwards, it can come up with this demonic kind of sound to it. And one of the ones was Ba Ba Black Sheep. So, the nursery rhymes used in Undertone were Ba Ba Black Sheep, as I said before, and London Bridge is falling down. Now, if you play these backwards, apparently, it would reveal a message like lick the blood in Ba Ba Black Sheep. London Bridge is apparently a reference to how children were buried alive, and Rockabye Baby literally interpreted as a baby falling down and dying, which is kind of horrific if you think about it. But I am trying to find this. Me personally, I did not like it as something that was targeted as being a horror movie. I have seen... Now, I'm not the most avid kind of horror movie fanatic, but I've definitely seen a lot in my lifetime, and this is definitely one of the weaker ones. I have not watched The Nun, but I have watched half of The Nun, and I've also watched The Nun 2. Now, The Nun 2, that scared the fuck out of me, and that was obviously labeled as something being horror. And this is more of a suspense than anything, and a thriller, because you're kind of on the edge of your seat, kind of oh, is something gonna happen? What's gonna happen? La-di-da-di-da. Obviously, the mum, who's very terminally ill, she's obviously palliative care, and obviously she was going to get involved in it, but hardly. I mean, I kind of like that this is also me talking about how, like, I haven't really seen it that often, but, like, nursery rhymes played backwards can have, like, this horror kind of, like, demonic thing to them. So, if we go with Ring a Ring of Rosies, now this is a great nursery rhyme. Is widely to believe to have a dark origin, frequently linked to the 1665 Great Plague of London rather than a demonic meaning. Its supposed demonic or morbid connotations come from the interpretations of the lyrics describing symptoms of the plague, rashes, sneezing, death. The plague-based interpretations, Ring a Ring of Rosies, popular thought to represent the circle, to represent the red secular rash of the plague. Pocket full of posies refers to carrying flowers or herbs to cover the smell of decay. Ashes, ashes. A tissue symbolizes either the cremation of bodies or sneezing symptoms. We all fall down represents death. Cute. No, this is definitely about the plague. It's not like a interpretation. Girl, that's about the plague. Girl. A tissue. Girl, shut up. Shut up. But that's basically Undertone. It was kind of weak. I kind of expected more. Now, something that I do want to talk about as well is that apparently when The Conjuring was getting filmed, the main actress, now I haven't watched it, so I don't know, and I don't actually know too much about this topic, so it could be just like lying out of my ass, but apparently in The Conjuring, they took like precautions to make sure that they weren't like doing some like spooky crazy shit, right? Okay, so I actually searched it up so I wasn't gonna be lying out my ass. Due to numerous unsettling, unexplained events during the production of The Conjuring, the production took several precautions, both spiritual and practical, to ensure the safety of the cast and crew. On set, Blessing, a Catholic priest, was brought to set in North Carolina to bless the production cast and crew. The real-life paranormal investigator, Lorraine Warren, was consulted frequently. While she did not stay on set constantly, her involvement and warnings regarding the dark nature of the story were taken seriously. Actors, particularly Vera Farmiga, who played Lorraine Warren, reportedly needing to handle the subject matter with extreme emotional care, often relying on prayer or reflection to detach from dark energy. I want to talk about manifestations as well. Manifestations and dreams. So, I want to talk about a dream that I had. Since we've gone past this movie in-depth review. Sleep paralysis demons. Now, what are they? So, sleep paralysis demons are vivid, terrifying hallucinations occurring when walking or falling asleep, where individuals feel paralyzed, experience intense chest pressure, and see menacing, shadowy figures. These experiences, often described as intruders or demons, are scientifically explained as REM sleep disruptions where the brain wakes but the body remains paralyzed. Here are some facts about them. Commonality: roughly 20% of people experience sleep paralysis, with 75% of those incidents including hallucinations. Now, I have experienced this once, right? And this was in 2012, I'm pretty sure. Or it might have been 2013. Now, at that time, I had hardly any internet access. So, what that means is, I would not have known what a fucking sleep paralysis demon is. So, honestly, the way that I experienced this, picture me, I'm like 7 or 8. I fall asleep. I can't exactly remember what day this was, but it was a day before school. I know that. So I was in year 1 or 2, and I like wake up. I can't move. Everything's kind of like blurry and dark. Like it's got like this vignette, I think. Yes. So sorry, I had to search it up so that I could know what I'm actually talking about. But yeah, I like when I was like looking, it has like this vignette kind of like feel to it when I like open my eyes and stuff like that. And like I feel like I couldn't breathe properly as well. And all I see is like these dark claws just come behind my door to like push it open, if that makes sense. And like literally talking about this is giving me chills, but it was like pushing my door open, and it was like tall, and it was like really, it was like so scary as well. And my heart was like beginning to race, like I could feel it in my chest, like it was beating so fast, and it just kept coming closer and closer to me. At this point, I'm trying to scream for help. I can't even do anything. All I'm there is like fucking terrified that this demon is gonna get me. I like I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like I have no idea what this is, and it's just coming closer and closer, but it's going so slowly as well. And then when it does touch me, I wake up and I'm like I'm panicked as right now. Like I'm like in a state where I'm just like, what genuinely just happened to me? And like literally it was one of the most scariest things of my entire life. And I'm so glad that I haven't experienced anything like it again. Knock on wood, we have to be safe, you know. Knocking on wood cancels everything out. Like, I'm a firm believer that if you say it into the world, it will probably happen. Big butt, big butt, big butt. I'm gonna get a big butt. You listening, universe? But I kind of am a firm believer of that now. Like you say it into the world and it's gonna happen. But yeah, that was my like experience with like a sleep paralysis demon. Now apparently the causes of this is stress, severe tiredness, anxiety, sleep deprivation, and sleeping on the back are common factors. Now, which is crazy because I was like 8 or 7, like I was getting so much sleep. It was insane. Okay, for the people watching on YouTube, this is kind of what it looked like. But it had claws. Like, it was insane. And you know what? It probably stemmed from, I think at that time, my dad and I were like really into watching this show called Finding Bigfoot. Girl, I was paranoid that Bigfoot was gonna be in Australia. Like, I kid you not. See, these kind of like real life horror things, supernatural kind of stuff, kind of like freaks me out. And I'm like so scared that it's like so true. Like, genuinely freaks me out. And you know what freaks me out more, right? Is that like sometimes I hear like footsteps outside of my window. You know what? I'm not gonna talk about that. Because it's currently 3:21 a.m. and I feel like I should not be talking about this in the witching hour. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm just gonna summon the wrong kind of thing. And I don't know why I did this to myself, because this is literally part of the premise of the movie, is that like they're summoning shit at fucking 3 a.m. But I swear to God, I'm not. You know what? Maybe I'll save it for another time if I remember. Okay, and I'm also kind of like a firm believer that your dreams mean something. Now, I want to talk about this dream that repeatedly happened when I was in the UK, right? I don't know why we're on this tangent, but we are. So, the setting is the Shaun the Sheep house, right? Shaun the Sheep. Okay, for the people on YouTube, like this. The Shaun the Sheep house. Now, there was this princess who literally lived on this house, right? And then this van pulls up and takes the princess, and they're in the back, and I can't exactly remember what was in the van, but there was like this guillotine-esque type thing. Don't know why I pictured this, but every night she would have her head placed on the guillotine rest, and literally a hammer would come down from this assailant who was wearing, you know, that the black mask. Okay, apparently I just searched up Shrek guillotine guy, because this is what he looked like, but he was like a lot slimmer, and he looked like that, and he had an axe, and he just swung down on her as her head was resting there, and then as soon as that would happen, I would wake up. And I don't know what that means, so I'm gonna search it up. Okay, allegedly, dreams about someone dying rarely predict actual death, but often symbolize significant changes, endings, or transformations. They usually represent the conclusion of a past life, a shift in relationships, or the need to let go of old habits. These dreams can also reflect personal anxiety, grief, or unresolved emotions. Now, when I was having these dreams, my family and I, we still lived in the UK. I don't even think that the topic of moving to Australia even had occurred yet. So I, honest to God, have no idea as to why I kept having this dream over and over and over again. Like, it was just absurd to me. Like, I was literally having dreams of this woman getting killed, and I genuinely have no idea as to why that kept happening. Anyway, it stopped after a while. I don't know how long for, but I still remember that dream. And I've also, I want to talk about deja vu dreams as well, because literally for ages, and I mean ages, I used to have deja vu dreams, and like these dreams, I would dream about them and then forget about them until that exact moment happens. And now, for some reason, it's completely stopped. I am no longer having these dreams anymore. And this was predominantly what my dreams were about. And I don't really dream of anything else unless it was either a sex dream or it was this like weird kind of like euphoric kind of like psychedelic dream where I'm just like doing whatever I want, you know. But these deja vu dreams, these happen quite often when I was in high school. Okay, so we all know what deja vu dreams are. They represent the intense feeling that a current waking experience was previously dreamt. Is a form of memory mismatch, often linking familiar elements in daily life to fragments of past forgotten dreams. This common, usually harmless experience is likely caused by temporary brain neuron misfiring. But here's the thing, I genuinely don't understand as to why I specifically have these dreams. And, like, genuinely, these dreams would happen, I'd forget, and then, like, something, and I'd be somewhere, and, like, this had never happened before, but then it would get brought up, and I'm like, wow, kind of had a deja vu dream, and I genuinely don't know why. Like, I hadn't been in that place before, but I had dreamt of it. It's weird. And I genuinely have no idea as to why these dreams happen. Crazy. But yes, I'm a big believer that if dreams definitely mean something. Dreams are your subconscious basically telling you something. And I am definitely a firm believer of that. And if you aren't, then maybe you're the issue, because I'm not. Also, I want to talk about this. Last year, I went to Noosa, right? And I shared a room, not a bed, with one of my friends. And apparently, when I was sleeping, apparently I was moaning. So, whatever that means that, okay? Let's, yeah. Speaking of kind of like dreams and like manifestations and stuff like that, I have crystals everywhere around my room. Now, a lot of them are rose quartz. Now, for those who don't know what rose quartz does, rose quartz is for like manifesting self-love, romance, and emotional healing by resonating with the heart chakra. To use it, cleanse the crystal, and set intentions by holding it, visualizing desires, and speaking affirmations. So, are you kidding me? This entire time I've been fingering these rose quartz, and apparently I need to cleanse the crystal with moonlight. Girl, I did not know that. All I've been doing is literally getting a rose quartz, literally holding on to it. I take rose quartz everywhere with me because I'm constantly a manifester. And I'm like, love is such an important thing in my life, and I kind of have talked about that before. But literally, I'm like holding it. It's in my bags. Like, I take it everywhere with me. And you're telling me that I need to cleanse it with moonlight? Get out of here. I might start doing that, actually. Now, another crystal that I carry around for me is clear quartz. Clear quartz is known as the master healer and a premier amplification stone, making it ideal for manifesting goals, enhancing mental clarity, and magnifying intentions. So, what I do for that is I use it for enhancing mental clarity. So that's why I kind of keep it around. But then again, I literally just forget everything every fucking 5 seconds. Like, I'm a goldfish at this point. Like, the odds aren't great for me. Like, I think my granddad, who is still alive, last time I heard, he was like exhibiting symptoms of early onset Alzheimer's, and my granddad, who had passed away, he had Alzheimer's, like diagnosed Alzheimer's. So, oh, girl, maybe I need to be carrying around a lot more of that. But I do have a lot of other crystals as well. But I mostly just have clear quartz and rose quartz with me. Because I feel like this is the kind of manifestations that I want to do. And also affirmations as well. Like, I'm big on affirmations as well. Like, when I'm looking in the mirror, facing a mirror right now, I look at myself and I go, that's hot. And I do that because I'm like, that's hot. Like, this is the self-love that I'm talking about. Like, this is affirmations. I'm like, you're a bad bitch, you serve, you look gorgeous, you look gorgina. And yeah, this is kind of the affirmations that I kind of have. So, an affirmation is a formal declaration, assertion, or confirmation that something is true, valid, or positive. Did I lie? Did I lie? Ooh, that's hot, that's gorgeous, that's stunning. I do about looking in the mirror because, I don't know, it's great because positive thinking is great. It's like a great mindset to have because I'm kind of like a glass half full kind of person. Like, I'm very optimistic about things. Like, whenever someone tells me something bad happened, I'm like, well, it could be worse. Like, this, that, and the third could have happened. Like, yes, it was so shit that happened, but at the end of the day, it could have been so much worse. Like, for example, if someone was in a car accident and they accidentally rear-ended someone. For example, this actually happened to me. Like, it could have been so much worse. Like, the person who you ran into could have owned like a $200,000 car and they could have been a complete cunt to you. But they weren't, and they didn't have that expensive of a car, and they were really kind. Like, I feel like that's the best possible outcome. Like, it's better than the alternative, which could have been the $2,000 car and the really mean guy. You know? That's kind of me being glass half full. And I kind of like that about myself. It's kind of great. Thank you for listening to the Let's Talk Smack podcast. I have been your host, Yui.